And good morning, and thank you so much for joining me. I am your host, Eric, on Eric's weather forecast. Thank you so much for joining me. This is actually a very, very important story. Breaking news has happened here in Southeast Michigan, and because of that, I wanted to share it with you. I'd have to bring up the details of what happened in just a moment. So please remember to please prescribe to Eric's weather forecast, and that way you can get the latest breaking news and developments. And trust me, there is going to be a lot from where that came from. Just to let you guys know, this is a very interesting. I gotta bring it up. Let me see if I can find it really quick and I know what it is. Okay. One moment while I try and bring it up. Okay. Today we are going to be talking about severe weather. And not only are we going to be talking about severe weather, we're also going to be talking about an event that, one moment. I just had something personal that came in. I'm really sorry about that. I will get back to that person as soon as I can. Okay, so the story that we were going to talk about is basically based on a tornado event that happened here in Southeast Michigan, and I wanted to make sure that all the viewers knew what was going on. I am just, to be honest with you, I'm actually surprised and I'm actually shocked on what has happened, and I know that a lot of us are going to get through it. So we're going to go ahead and begin on the story. And to be honest with you, this happened in Armada, Michigan. So for those people that live in Armada, Michigan, I wanted to share the story. A lot of us probably knew about it. I was the only one that didn't because I was monitoring the weather the whole time, and I was just surprised by it when I got a phone call yesterday indicating what happened. So I'm going to do this really quick because I have a lot going on. Let's get started. And this is what we have. And this is actually 20 hours ago, and this is actually what happened. Suspended tornado in Armada terrifies residents and levels a trail of devastating destruction. Armada. It was just after 8 p.m. Saturday, after devastating storms swept through the region, when Army arrived. Trees trimmed folks with pickup trucks. Those were lifted, and U-Hauls, anything that was in its path, tossed in minutes earlier when a tornado, picking winds up to 105 miles per hour, hit the tiny village of Armada. Residents from down the block or miles away came to the area most affected just off the town's main street to help clean up neighbors' yards and streets. There was broken windows, cars crashed, and roofs damaged, once filled with large trees. The storms took more than a half of village parks collection. The devastation was swift. It was, said Police Chief Michael Patrick. A great example of Armada and its residents. This is what we do. The National Weather Service confirmed tornadoes touched down Saturday night in Armada, northern Macomb County. In Genesee and Oakland, those storms knocked down limbs, power lines, and poles and left 25,000 without power. The Armada tornado was classified as a EF1 with winds up to 105 miles per hour. Hit at 7:54 p.m. and ended about 8:08 p.m. Its path was about 3.6 miles along and 700 wide, the National Weather Service said. The storms produced at least 3 other tornadoes in Michigan. The National Weather Service confirmed Sunday tornadoes in Clade Township and western Genesee and in Oakland County. White Lake Township each with 100-mile-per-hour winds. The Weather Service told Detroit News on Sunday that also confirmed a tornado hit Port Austin in the thumb, the second one in the less than a month. 4 tornadoes striking in one day is not typical, but it is not unheard of, said the National Weather Service Alex. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but he's one of the meteorologists there at the National Weather Service office. Macomb County Executive Mark Hackle said county and local officials acted as if one occurred. Armada before the National Weather Service confirmed the twister. The twister was here and gone rather quickly. Patrick said, but it's left its destruction in its path. No injuries were reported. The cleanup and repairs likely will last into the week. The Clay Township tornado hit at less than 2 hours earlier at 6:21 p.m. with 100-mile-per-hour winds and ended at 6:26 p.m. and and followed a path of 1.9 miles long and 200 yards wide. The National Weather Service tweeted, the White Lake Township tornado with 100 miles winds hit at 7:54 p.m. and ended at 7:57 p.m. and followed a path 1.8 miles long and 400 yards wide. GTE Energy spokeswoman Stephanie, don't know her last name, it's hard for me to pronounce the last name, said Sunday the thousands of power outages likely would last into Monday. The company had more than 100 employees working into the area to restore power on Sunday. Thomas, I'm not sure what his last name is, but Oakland County Director of Emergency Management and Homeland Security Department, Carolized the tornado damage there has low to moderate. No businesses or homes were destroyed, but some had damage from wind and flying debris. I don't even know what that word is. I'm sorry, that sentence. Official had assessed the damage, determining whether to ask for emergency declarance, he said. In Armada, one police officer was on duty when the severe weather hit, but the county and the state police pitched in and fielded 500 weather-related calls during the storm. That I can imagine. It's amazing community coming together, but we do want to leave some of the stuff from the professionals that GTE is bringing in regards to taking care of wires and taking care of the trees down, says Chief Chris. Don't know his last name. Clay Township Supervisor Tom said he had just returned home from up north Saturday when he started receiving call alerts and heard emergency sirens. We didn't know how bad it was until my police chief called and said, "Hi, we've got a lot of major damage here." And there are two sentences I don't know. But, further note, he said at that time we didn't know it was an actual tornado. But there were no injuries reported. he actually there's actually a lot to discuss. There's actually a lot to discuss, so we're going to basically what we will talk about is how important it is to be prepared for severe weather. I basically want to say, as concerning or not as we are, you guys got to remember that we can all pull through this, and we are a strong, united front. That means that we can all work together and make things happen. But unfortunately, I didn't expect this at all. We went from a severe thunderstorm watch, and that was in effect until 10 p.m. I do know about that. And then it was upgraded to a tornado watch, and that's when everything went downhill from there. So, like I said, when we have severe weather, we never know what to expect. But I did see the action. But I know we'll all get through this, and I basically want to say my thoughts and prayers are with the ones that were affected by the tornado each and every day. Things will get better. There's help out there. Things will recover. It will take time, little by little, and I know it's got to be hard for the ones that were affected in the town of Armada. To be honest with you, the day when we got the severe weather, I had received calls to, I can't tell you viewers' names, but received phone calls on Saturday, and I also received a phone call yesterday and asked me, did you hear about the tornado? And I said, what about the tornado? And they said, did you hear about it? And I'm like, no, nobody told me. So I had to call and find out, and that's what happened. So I will generally make sure that I pay attention and I do watch the skies and stuff like that. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we never know what Mother Nature is going to do. I know some people might say thunderstorms may and may not happen. But now, after hearing all of this, I most definitely will be paying attention and taking this more serious, because it could have been a lot worse if the tornado had held together. It could have hit other areas in Macomb County. Like, for an example, it could have hit St. Clair County. So even though it hits one spot and it gains strength and it intensified again, it could have, I'm going to say tornadoes weaken, but then again it could redevelop and possibly get stronger again, or hold together and intensify, and then the other question would be, where would it go after that? I really appreciate everyone's concerns. We did not expect for this kind of event to happen. I was totally shocked when I found out that it was in my old hometown that I used to live at for years and years. And it was a very hard thing for me. I just totally lost it, but I'm going to be all right. I know I have a lot of people that I know out there that know me, but We're all going to be all right. It's just, we just have to take it one day at a time. So that is my story. And thanks again to everybody for all of your support and being there. And thank you very much, everyone. And please remember, please subscribe to Eric's weather forecast, and I will detail you on more active weather, and I will let you know the next chance that we have for severe weather in southeast Michigan. Thank you for watching and have a good day. And please remember, please subscribe to Eric's weather forecast. Please like, please share, and please comment. Thank you and have a good day, and thank you for watching.